What are you doing in there? Hey, did you know today one of the most popular diets is the keto diet? And did you know keto is short for ketogenesis? And did you know that ketogenesis is the process your body goes through when it's starving? Sound like a good idea for a diet to you? Well, it doesn't to me, and let's find out why. Let's go. Okay, so yes, Nick is at it again. I'm calling BS on the keto diet. I call BS on most diets, but this particular one has everyone's attention and kind of has people jumping on this bandwagon. So I thought we should talk about it for a second. What is the keto diet? Well, the keto diet is based on the concept of ketosis. And ketosis is this kind of physiological chemical process that your body goes through when you restrict it of the carbohydrates it needs. Typically, we're going to be most efficient and healthy when we eat a well-balanced meal, when we eat complex carbohydrates, fruits, vegetables, in kind of a fair combination. That's going to give you what you need to operate energetically, kind of to power your body. It's going to give you micronutrients and macronutrients. Really, eating a well-balanced diet is good for a lot of reasons. Well, the keto diet throws that out and says, look, we're going to restrict carbohydrates, healthy or not. We're going to up the amount of fat that you eat in the hopes that we're going to force your body to use the fat that you have stored kind of everywhere in your liver, under your skin, whatever fat you have. We're going to force your body to go after those stores and use those fat stores for energy. Well, that's okay, but it's really inefficient. And we typically only go that route when we are starved of calories. In fact, when you get into starvation mode, then you're living off the fat that you have in your body until you run out of that, and then you're kaput. So at the risk of repeating myself, which I do often, going on these types of diets don't really lead to long-term change. Study after study has shown this. And what really does lead to long-term change is kind of changing the way that you think about food and your relationship with food. About 10 years ago, maybe 12 years ago, I was up to about 200 pounds, and I'm 5'9" and a half, and that half inch is very important. And I had, over the years, been on multiple diets. I had been on a low-carb diet. I had been on the dirty soup diet. I had been on a cabbage diet, and I had lost weight, and I had put weight back on. And it simply was time for a change. And what happened at that particular moment was the iPhone came out and an app came out, and that app is MyFitnessPal. And what MyFitnessPal is a food diary. And I started to keep track of the things that I was eating. And I did calorie counting. But calorie counting wasn't really what I learned. What I learned was the caloric load of the different things that I was eating and how much, from a portion perspective and a food choice perspective, how much I needed to eat things and how the choices of what I ate dictated how my body responded. So I used MyFitnessPal, this app on my phone, religiously for months and months, and the weight came off. I went from close to 200 pounds down to the weight where I am now, just around 175. Sometimes a few pounds up, sometimes a few pounds down, but really that's my target weight. And here it is years and years and years later, and I've kept the weight off. And what I took away from this experience was it wasn't this fad diet where I learned this new diet style, went on it for a while, and then when I came off, I hadn't really learned anything about eating in the real world. For me, it changed by keeping a diary, understanding what I was putting in my body, it changed my relationship with food, how I look at food, how I understand food. And food is my friend now. I understand the good things to put in my body, and I want you to understand the good things to put in your body. I believe knowledge is power. I believe that you are completely capable of doing these types of behavioral changes if losing weight is what you need to do. So losing weight, getting fit, exercise, none of this really is rocket science. And remember, if you don't do it, if you don't take the time to kind of call bullshit on these diets and to realize that with a little bit of effort, you can lose the weight that you want to lose and be healthier and fit, and that will allow you to get outside and do the things that you want to do. If you don't do that, no one's going to do it for you. And you, my friend, are worth it.